What up? It's your boy D, back at you with another video. So, shout out to WrestleMania. We're going to look at the worst entrance music in WWE ever. There are a lot of songs that I know that I can think of off the top of my head for sure that is hot garbage. That I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? And honestly, I could think of one that's the worst of all time. I pray to God Blue Jeans is on this list, because that is still the worst wrestling theme song of all time, and nobody will be able to change my mind. So, but without further ado, let's hear some of these terrible ones.
10 of the worst WWE theme songs ever made. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, shall we just get right into number 1? Is the winner of the most annoying theme is Brie mode.
No,
the whole Brie mode gimmick never makes.
Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. This theme song is hot trash. This theme song annoys the fire out of me. Like, when I was a kid, bro, this theme song alone made me hate the Bella Twins so much. Whenever, like, the fact that she had a main event match at, like, one of the marquee matches at SummerSlam against Stephanie McMahon, which in reality should have been AJ Lee in this match. And all you hear her come out to is, Brie mode, Brie mode, that's Brie mode. Disgusting. This was criminally trash. Hot basura, hot croissants. This was dirt. Oh, this theme song sucked. Oh my god.
And it was a false moniker to try and get over the WWE Hall of Famer as one of the top faces of the division, but fans never brought Brie Bella as a top babyface act. This is no disrespect to Brie Bella, as she didn't saddle herself with an unoriginal tune designed to be the female empowerment of Daniel Bryan's Yes chants. The repeated auto-tune though was bleeding the ears, and it didn't help enhance Brie Bella as a character because Brie mode was never developed into something that the crowd can chant along with. Her original entrance theme suited her better, though it's understandable why her music was changed because that song is made for a heel act. But did anyone say biscuits and gravy?
Oh, come on, bro. Oh, biscuits and gravy is trash. Hot trash as well. Brie Bella and Nikki Bella are Hall of Famers. It sounds crazy to even say that they're Hall of Famers because their career really didn't get popping until they started to date John Cena and they started to date Daniel Bryan. Nikki Bella, I can understand why. She has more of a credibility because she was champion. And she was the final 2 in a Royal Rumble before. But more importantly, Nikki Bella, I believe, still is like the longest reigning Divas champion ever. I think she held it for like almost like 300 days or something like that. So you got to give Nikki Bella some type of credit and respect. Brie Bella, the same thing. But more importantly, they're the reason we got Total Divas. And Total Divas has inspired some of the most incredible women that we have performing in the WWE today. We have Tiffany Stratton, Maxine Dupree, and a bunch of Bianca Belair, and a bunch Rhea Ripley, I believe, watched Total Divas as well. Like, there's a lot of stars that came from that Total Divas era of watching WWE, which was because it was on the E! Network, and I believe it was either right before the Kardashians or right after. So, in that case, for what they did, they are very much credited, respected, and you have to give them credit for what they did in the WWE. But that theme song was hot trash. I'll be the first person to tell you. Hot garbage.
No one asked for that. But Bullet Club member Luke Gallows has been in and out of the WWE for nearly 20 years now. But before the Bullet Club, the former WWE Tag Team Champion's first main roster stint saw him play Festus, a mentally challenged big man who snapped anytime the bell rang. His partner was second generation star known as Jesse.
I'm sorry. This shit was so bad. Yo, there's certain things I'm like, yo, Vince, what were you thinking, dog? Like, what made you think Festus was gonna work? Like, what made you think this was gonna work? This character is so trash. Like, oh my god.
A humble country-loving wrestler who managed to tame Festus. This was a silly gimmick, but the team had its fun moments during their short-lived stint. However, their entrance was anything but fun. Their theme, Biscuits and Gravy, had nonsensical lyrics that had your head scratching. One of the song's most infamous lines is,
"Starting with a blank page can be overwhelming. Grammarly gives you a head start. Simply type a prompt."
But you stepped on my gravy. Oh, now I gotta get me.
Who stepped on their gravy?
Stepped on my gravy, now I gotta get mean. For this theme song, whoever made this theme song and thought this theme song was fire, they need to go one-on-one with The Undertaker, because, oh, hell no.
And why they gotta get mean about it? It's clear that the entrance was supposed to paint them as country simpletons, but these lyrics didn't help strengthen their characters at all.
No.
The fact that this came off as a serious and meaningful statement killed off any fun it could have been like Billy Gunn's Mr. Ass theme. At the very least, Billy Gunn's song wasn't even meant to be taken seriously, as it's coated with silly rhymes, but there's no satirical edge in Biscuits and Gravy. It's a stereotypical theme that describes southern country folk, but in the worst way possible. But what do they do with Jesse? Well, at that time, it was clear that WWE saw Festus as the star, as the mild-mannered monster slowly transitioned into singles competition.
What the fuck is Festus doing in the ring with Undertaker? Like, who booked this match, bro? Sometimes, bro, I really, like... Obviously, the wrestlers don't put themselves in matches, right? So, like, I want to go to find this writer. Who the fuck thought... Let's just put Festus in the match with The Undertaker. Who thought that? Who thought this was going to be fire? Who thought anybody wanted to see The Undertaker versus Festus? This be the conversations and situations that people need to be fired over this. The Undertaker versus Festus. Who wanted to see this? There's not a soul I know who wanted to see Undertaker versus Festus. This is nasty work.
Leaving Jesse all by his lonesome. Prime Time were huge stars during this time, and of course, John Cena was in full force with his ramp gimmick. So naturally, it was time to turn another white guy into the latest version of Vanilla Ice. The gimmick was short-lived because it was terrible overall. It was clear that WWE's way of giving Jesse more of a personality was
just Slam Master J. We're even gonna talk about how low-key racist Crime Time really was. Money, money. Yeah, yeah. These niggas is playing lotto number, bro. We're not even gonna talk about it. We're just no. We're just gonna
finding the acts of Crime Time and John Cena, but the gimmick was too corny to be taken seriously, and it didn't help that they had an entrance song called Bug Bug. Now, the entrance themes of Crime Time and John Cena are memorable because they were fun, catchy, and even had some good lyrics that caught your attention. Slam Master J's entrance had no personality to it, as it felt like a generic version of what rap music would be in the early 90s. The beat bordered on serious and parody, and the tune overall never came together because it wasn't just something worth jamming to. It's a shame that the second generation star was saddled with a gimmick that didn't have any upside beyond jobber status, but still his entrance theme goes to show how it can easily make or break any professional wrestler. But it's hard to forget one of the most notable teams during the Ruthless Aggression era, the Spirit Squad. Designed for a vehicle to elevate Kenny Dykstra, Vince McMahon thought that
they really thought Kenny Dykstra was supposed to be like, hey, look at young Dolph Ziggler right here. They really thought Kenny Dykstra was supposed to be like that next guy in WWE. That shit did not happen. No. Kenny Dykstra, like, just no. The Spirit Squad, like, it was hilarious. Like, the shit DX did to them was hilarious. But outside their feud with DX, nobody gave a fuck about the Spirit Squad. Just ill. And this is what I mean by sometimes, like, that mid-2000 creative, either that some things they hit them and some things it's like, yo, who thought this was fire? Like, who thought this was gonna be like, oh, this is what we need to see. We need to see the Spirit. No, absolutely not. They had the funniest finisher though, like when they all just grab an arm and a leg and they just throw the ass up in the air. Hilarious.
putting him in a group of male cheerleaders was going to transcend him into the main event status. A spoiler alert, it didn't. WWE pushed the Spirit Squad hard as a serious act, even though the gimmick seemed destined for jobber status. That notion certainly didn't help with their annoying and cheery entrance theme. From the over-the-top introduction from each member to the whistling beat that highlighted the goofy nature of their act, it's crazy to think that the Spirit Squad not only dominated the tag team division for a good period, but even feuded with the newly reformed DX in a rivalry that further buried the tag team division. But even though WWE made some relevance to the theme, as they were male cheerleaders, perhaps they went too far with IRS's Wall Street theme. On paper, Arwen R. Shyster shouldn't work as a wrestling gimmick. Scolding the fans about taxes isn't something that translates well over the world of wrestling, though there's no denying that Mike Rotunda made the gimmick work, especially when he was paired with Ted DiBiase. However, despite Rotunda being a fun heel act, there was simply no way he could overcome his entrance theme. The music itself doesn't feel like a fit for IRS. It's designed to be a corporate heel entrance theme, yet it feels like an early 90s sound bit for an exciting action thriller. It's haunting and overly serious, but the gimmick never matches the tone of his theme because his gimmick always came across as hammy and lower card. Now, if you thought that his song was actually just a stock ticker, you'd actually be wrong. That was only made for the video game versions of IRS's theme song, probably because it was just easy to do. But let's fast forward to the Divas era, as Diva Search winner Layla will always go down as one of the more underrated female stars during an era when female wrestling wasn't taken too serious.
Hold up, bro. Layla, bro? Oh, sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus. What's Layla up to? Come back. Like, you were so... bro, that brought back memories. Like, who were some of the divas y'all crushed on when y'all were younger, bro? Because in my era, bro, you had Layla and Maria, who had, like, that 2005 teenage dirtbag ass type theme song, like, here she comes again, I know you're on it, let's keep on and on again. Like Eve Torres and just, so Melina with the split. Oh gosh, sweet Jesus. Oh man, that was a time, right? But like, why is she coming out hopping like a bunny? Like, this is crazy.
In WWE. Granted, Layla had a notable act with Michelle McCool, but Lay Cool came across as a Beautiful People knockoff that was 10 times more annoying and in a channel-changing way. So when the duo broke up, it was an opportunity for the former WWE Divas champion to spread her wings and develop a character that fans could rally behind.
Layla, believe it or not, Layla actually wasn't terrible in the ring. She actually really wasn't bad. It's the same thing with Candice Michelle. Like, after a while, in the beginning, you could see them just only having like bra and panty matches and a bunch of stupid shit like that. But then, like, at the end of their careers, they actually started to wrestle, and they actually were pretty decent at it. Layla wasn't bad in the ring at all, honestly.
Fortunately, it didn't seem to work. It didn't seem that the music department got the memo, as her song represents the Divas era in the worst way. Her entrance theme was about getting a boy and being insatiable, but Layla never had a man-eater character. Even worse, the song was trying to be this bubbly ballad meant to be empowering, but it ended up being a song that had you dreading the next 60 seconds of your life. But next up is a wrestler who used to have a bad gimmick. Now, we're not talking about the Christmas creature, but before Glenn Jacobs became the iconic Kane, he made his WWE debut as another monster who threatened the bicuspids of your fellow.
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention.
Fellow WWE superstars, Isaac Yankem DDS. That's right, apparently Creative thought that an evil dentist would be the next big thing during the Attitude Era. How do you assert your character's evilness? Well, by giving them an entrance song of non-stop drilling as a quiet violin plays in the background. It's cheesy, grating, and it emphasizes the silliness of such a character that came across as a dollar store horror movie villain. Even Glenn Jacobs himself was dumbfounded by the evil dentist concept that was pitched to him by Vince, but at the very least, the stint didn't last long. Sadly, Isaac's entrance will forever haunt the ears of every WWE fan who was forced to listen to his entrance music. But what's more evil than a dentist? Well, a plumber, of course. A man who will purposely clog your toilet because he's evil. And the new
Vince, the plumber's crack is crazy. Like, come on, Vince. Hey, yo, bro. Yo.
Era in WWE was certainly a time. WWE was at a time where it elevated comical, silly gimmicks. Names as Duke the Dumpster Drosy, who should have also made this list with a backing up garbage truck, a man who was supposedly from the moon, magicians and race car drivers were all on Vince's notes titled Best Gimmicks Ever. On one paper, the gimmick sounds bad, and its execution is even worse. But the entrance theme is somehow a combination of lazy, terrible, and strangely funny. TL Hopper was never a serious gimmick, but the haunting horror movie soundtrack that was likely purchased for cheap sure made him seen as if he was a wrestling version of Michael Myers, but it was the sound of the constant toilet flushing that puts his theme on this list. It's lazy because most likely this was probably a real recording of someone flushing a toilet non-stop, but trying to get this guy over as a villain was a stretch beyond belief. But you know what was actually a moderately good gimmick? Diesel. Yeah, Mr. Big Daddy Cool was one of the marquee acts of the New Generation era and had the perfect theme song that represented his character down to a T. However, Diesel's second entrance theme wasn't always tied to the former WWE champion, as his first theme was the honking of a truck horn. Yeah, that's literally it. I guess the truck horning was supposed to imply that danger was coming, but it felt like the music department only had 10 seconds to come up with Diesel's theme, and this was the best thing that they could do. It's lazy, uninspired, and unfinished, but thankfully his theme became an intro to something better down the line. And finally, probably the worst on our list.
Oh, God,
I don't like Right to Censor.
Yes.
They were a lower card faction with a fun gimmick that could get
So
easy heel
annoying,
heat.
bro.
The thing about their
So
entrance
annoying.
theme is that it sticks out like a sore thumb because it was unlike anyone else's in WWE. Right to Censor's theme song is extremely annoying. It's a bedroom alarm that you can't bash with a hammer. It fits the gimmick perfectly, but it would have been nice if more creativity was put into the music instead of a loud car alarm blasting through the speakers. Oh wait, they did jazz it up with a slight bass boost. There you have it, folks, the worst
Alright, so those were some of the like worst theme songs on ever. Like some of them theme songs were absolutely trash, but I'm surprised that the one I was talking about actually wasn't on there. So let me look it up for you, and I can tell, and you'll see why it's the worst.
Hey!
Ask and you shall receive, NXT Universe.
Hey, Blue Pants has returned, and real quick, is Enzo busting a sag, Renee?
I don't know what's happening right now.
Blue Pants has returned, and this is his third appearance here at the NXT arena. Listen to the NXT
warm
Universe.
welcome.
Yes. I tell you what, I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Believe it or not, guys, that was her theme song. You can't have a worse theme song than that. We're gonna stop there before I get a headache. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. It has been your boy D. I will be back with you for another videos as we get ready for and prepare for NXT Vengeance Day. It has been your boy D. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Forever gang. Until forever finds you.